2 of the TA2 Muscle Car Series at Morgan Park in Queensland saw a new star emerge. 16-year-old Nathan Herne from Lismore in New South Wales claimed his first TA2 race win in the final, holding out series leader Aaron Seton and George Miedecke to take victory in the Gulf Western Oil's Dodge Challenger.
I made sure I just went into the start as hard as I could and actually managed to pull it off. So from then on, I didn't even go on the clean side of the track. I was just blocking the whole way, trying to make sure my car was as wide as possible. And turns out I done a half-decent job and we managed to actually get a win.
Tim Tritton and Anthony Tenkate both suffered major incidents at the tight track, with Tenkate claiming the body repair wasn't just limited to the Mustang.
For those that have been following the series, I had a major off at Morgan Park and did a fair bit of damage to the car and to my body. I end up 3 broken ribs and a damaged spleen and a little bit of damage to my leg because I copped it all on the left-hand side. The first month was pretty painful. For anyone that's had broken ribs, they'll know what I'm talking about.
Both are back for round 3 of the TA2 Muscle Car Series at the Bend Motorsport Park, an all-new state-of-the-art complex at Tailem Bend in South Australia, delivering a fast 5-kilometre international standard undulating circuit that's simply world-class.
It's pretty cool. It's probably my second favourite to Bacchus. It's very fast and flowing and very challenging. A lot of blind corners, but it's very rewarding too. So it's good fun out there to drive, and it'll be interesting to see what it's like in racing.
This track's a lot of corners cut back themselves, and it's a lot of blind apexes.
Honestly, trying to remember left, right, which way am I going? Oh no, that's the other way. So
you can't gauge anything from inside the car for most of it. You're kind of guessing. Driving these cars around this place, you are working your tail off, I'll tell you what.
27 cars entered for the Tailem Bend round, the largest TA2 muscle car field in the short history of the series, and qualifying was always going to be tight. PWR put up $500 for the pole award, and after 2 days of intensive testing at the circuit, the Miedecke Motorsport Mustang put in a flyer of 155.4 on the very last lap in cool conditions to give George Miedecke his first TA2 pole by 6/100ths of a second from Aaron Seton. The late afternoon sun being the ultimate decider on who could see what when it came down to maximising the lap time. Nathan Herne and reigning champ Ashley Jarvis shared the second row from Andrew Miedecke and Hugh McAllister.
There's a lot of personal satisfaction in this one. The whole team has been working really hard because we have had a big qualifying gap to Seton. You know, he's been doing a great job all year, and to see the engineering group and the mechanics and all the guys doing such a fantastic effort, this thing was a jet. So yeah, pretty happy with that.
The race weekend didn't start well for Queenslander Russell Wright when a safety car intervention in race 1 set off a chain reaction that almost put the number 55 Mustang out for the weekend, forcing the veteran to charge back through the field, taking out George Elliott's Camaro on the way. Nathan Herne's great start from P3 on the grid in race 1 set him up for 2 race wins early in the weekend. However, the pressure from Seton and Miedecke and Jarvis at the front of the field in the 3rd race was intense. Dream Racing's Craig Scatella was an early victim in race 3, spinning the Chevy Camaro at turn 2.
Mate, went from 0 to 0. I saw a gap down the outside, under braking. I went past 8 cars on the inside, took the driving line through the corner, but suddenly everybody pushed out and there was no driving line. So I finished up on the outside. Simple as that. 0 to 0 in 20 seconds, mate.
Sydney driver Michael Coulter was having a strong run in 7th outright on his debut weekend in the Kobelco Mustang, battling hard with Matt McKeldon's Kubota Mustang. However, fell foul of the stewards in post-race scrutineering.
No, unfortunately, we just found out we've got illegal brake pads, so it's just one we're going to have to cop, I think, unfortunately.
Hugh McAllister from Young in New South Wales was also showing great pace in the number 6 Mustang, taking Russell Wright and then putting pressure on Andrew Miedecke's Dodge Ram for 5th, before a last lap lunge on the Dodge didn't pay off and the McAllister Motorsport Mustang ended up in the bunker.
That's probably the best the car's felt all weekend. It was great coming up on Andrew. I was just trying out going a bit wide to get a good line on the next one. My mistake. I stepped too wide and off I went in the gravel trap and ended the race. A hard charge reward, that's what I've got to go for, so we'll give that a go, see how we go.
Series newcomer Chris Formosa was also doing a sterling job in the Dukes of Hazzard lookalike challenger, knocking on the door of the top 10 after consistent performances.
I'm pretty excited about it. That's my goal, I guess, to reach to the end of the year is actually try and get some top 10 finishes. And yeah, I came close in that last race, so I just got to, I guess, build on my longevity in a race and try and keep the good times up. So
you're loving the General Lee?
Yeah, no, it's the best livery I've probably run, and I'm glad I've chose it in the end. It's worked out really well, and it makes the car look quite mean. So yeah, it's been good.
After 8 laps around the Bend Motorsport Park, Nathan Herne made it 3 from 3, setting the fastest lap and winning by just on a second from Miedecke, Seton and Jarvis.
I'm having good fun out there, and it was a good race then with Nathan and George, and I'm really looking forward to another 2 tomorrow. I thank Craig Harris enough for the opportunity from Cashel Harris Racing, and all my other supporters for getting me here too. It's like we can't do this without them, so yeah, I'm really thankful.
He's doing a really good job, and you know the good part about it, we're pushing everybody all the way. Great racing, and that's what it's all about. It's good. I certainly would like someone to have a go with him. I think he's fantastic. But what I really want to do is get him to win the series and go to America and show the Yanks how to do it.
Oh, it's very challenging, very exciting. Love the cars, and the company and the competitors are great. Yeah, it's just a bit of a learning curve. It's a big step up from what I've done before.
Was it? Yeah, it was enjoyable. I spent most of the time with a smile on my face in both races there, watching each other. I think it's probably not the way to go, but this is why we're here, just to have a lot of fun and certainly enjoy the friendly rivalry.
Good fun. You know, a few offs, trying to avoid him, but no, but good fun. Just great fun, great bunch of people and a great...
Wear the TA2 Australian Muscle Car Series Championship ring at the end of the season, and you could be off to race at some of the best tracks in the USA against some of the state's top TA2 drivers. 2017 champ Russell Wright sampled his first taste of the American TA2 competition at the Circuit of the Americas, Texas last year, racing a brand new Chaz Howe-built Mustang for Stevens Miller Racing.
1 year build up, and here we are. All going to come down to the next hour or so.
You pumped?
I'm pumped. I feel good. My main idea is to stay out of trouble for the first half of the race.
Hello and welcome to the penultimate round, the 2018 Trans Am Series from the Circuit of the Americas, Austin, Texas. Here at the 3.14-mile circuit in Texas, it's a combination of classic corners, and it's a circuit all the drivers love. Rolling start then for the Muscle Car Challenge from Kota. Away they go, up the 133 feet. That is turn 1 at Kota. Good start from Shane Lewis. Oh, Buffamonte gets turned around, and a big melee at the top of the hill, involving the pole man and several others.
You're riding on board with Russell Wright. Oh no! He's been turned around by the number 97 Sheehan Camaro at turn 8. What a shame, he was doing so well. And what an effort from Russell Wright in his first Kota Trans Am appearance. From last to 17th outright after being hit from behind and pitting with a flat tyre. Well done to Stevens Miller Racing and all the Australian team.
I guess I'll probably never get to do it again, but at least I've done it. What a track to do it on, and great bunch of people, and yeah, awesome time.
Oh, Aussie drivers are as good as there are, and I think if we got to work with Rusty 2-3 races, we'd be right up front.
So let's take a look at your grid right now, and your high-tech steel frames grid reveals it's Herne and Miedecke on the front row, Seton and Jarvis on the second row, Miedecke and Wright. We go back a little deeper in the field, Sendel, Elliott, Crutcher, Berry, Truant, Dimitriadis, La Rosa, Greg Willis, Bill Robinson, Warren Wadley, Hugh McAllister, Tim Tritton, Craig Scatella. Well, there's concerns here for the Herne team. You can hear the diff noise in Nathan's car. It's been getting worse all weekend. Can he make it a clean sweep here at the Bend? We're underway in the final race of of round 3, and look at Hugh McAllister up the inside. Big run from the Kubota Racing entry. As we squeeze them into turn 1. On board with Mark Crutcher. Whoa! There goes one of the Dream Racing cars out of the mix just then. Look at that for a shot. From underneath the rear. Take a look at what happened with our TA2 Racing onboard Cameron Sendall, who narrowly squeezes past that, along with Crutcher, Tabanor and Formosa going at it side by side. We go on board with Christopher Formosa in the General Lee. Tabanor giving him plenty. 18 corners around this circuit. And they're off camber, they're on camber, they're blind, they're sweeping, they're fast, they're tight. This international standard circuit has it all. This is the battle for second. That is Miedecke to your right, Aaron Seton in the middle, and we're on board with the defending champion Ashley Jarvis in the Camaro. Miedecke, who set quick time for PWR, picked up $500 cash for his trouble. Desperately trying to run down this Lismore teenager out in front in the Gulf Western Oils Dodge Challenger. Seton lurking with intent. He moves to the right. Miedecke will know that's coming, and I very much doubt that the lanky leadfoot from Port Macquarie wouldn't have seen that one coming. Look at the field. Remarkable. Some 28 cars here this weekend. This class is without a doubt the hottest property in Australian circuit racing getting around. We just saw Kent in the 45 car in Tabanor. Cooling number 7, 74 of Murray Kent. We go on board with Mark Crutcher. Whoa! That was close. Tabanor in the 45. Looks like he's got some problems. Problems in that right front corner. Sendall looking to send it. How about the run from McAllister? He said he wanted to get the hard charge reward. He's doing a pretty good job towards that end. Dimitriadis is in behind him. McAllister shadowing Cam Sendall. Let's see whether the Kubota number 6 Mustang can stick it up the inside. He does. The big man from Young, the cherry capital of Australia. Was cherry ripe. Look at McAllister trying to get away from Sendall, who's had a really busy weekend mechanically. Had to replace the front splitter on the car on the Friday for practice and qualifying. Formosa, generally pretty fast, you'd have to say. The man who looks about as cool as the Brazilian tennis player with that really cool hairdo and an equally cool car to match. Charging hard. We go on board. Back to second gear, just watching the telemetry as they weave through that tight left-hander. Seton putting enormous pressure on Miedecke now. This is Jarvis, the West Aussie-born Gold Coaster, who started his career in junior sedans in Speedway. Hasn't he gone on to some exciting things, including wrapping up the series last year? Nothing you can do about this battle for second. Miedecke to your left. And Seton in behind him. And this is all good for Nathan Herne, the son of 5 times Australian V8 Dirt Modified champion Stuart, the Hitman Herne. McAllister continuing this run as he moves through yet another position. What a run he's having. We're on board with Anthony Tenkate in the 69 Ford Mustang. You're watching the Australian TA2 series. Oh, what is going on here? Herne, the race leader, has pulled off the circuit. You just saw Miedecke flash by him. Oh, listen to the vibration. Oh, and then you see the hand go up. Pure frustration for this 16-year-old whiz kid. Former New South Wales and Victorian Formula 4 champion. McAllister is just ripping. We go back on board with him again. Closing in. Gee, there's some fantastic looking cars on track. Michael Kulig in the red number 7. Murray Kent in the silver 74. It's heating up here at the Bend. Don't you dare go away. We've got more from race 4 after this. Welcome back to the Bend in Taylor Bend, South Australia for round 3 of the Australian TA2 Muscle Car Series. And Aaron Seton is giving the race leader plenty here. Miedecke, who inherited the race lead when initial leader Nathan Herne went off the track with a mechanical default. And he's not going to let this one up easily. George Miedecke has done it all in many respects in circuit racing, including racing over the United States of America with the Marcus Ambrose program. And he's got Aaron Seton breathing down his tailpipes. Seton, the son of legendary touring car icon Glenn Seton. And let's face it, George Miedecke's family name is steeped in history and tradition and success as well. His dad, Andrew, also one of the greats of Australian circuit racing. And Andrew, to his credit, in the Ram Truck Sport Macquarie entry, is still in the top 5. We haven't seen much of him, but he is honking. This battle continuing between our leaders. They've gotten away from Jarvis in the Lighthouse electrical car. I just love listening to this. Music to your ears. Miedecke just walking the car around a little bit on those Hoosier tyres. Another one of the icons of the game, Max Dumsney from Hoosier Tyre Australia, providing the racing rubber for this class. Well, what is going on there? All sorts of trouble here. Is that Formosa? It is. Now Christopher gets into some trouble there. But there might be more than just a problem with the cornering technique. Kent in there as well with the 33 of Chris LaRosa, the Team Natcorp entry. Michael Coulter is the man we're watching though. Coulter having a big run, trying to make his way further up the order. And this is a really good battle. Coulter spears up the inside. Now he's working on Kulig. Can he make that work? Good battle here. Very distinctive silver livery of Murray Kent in the Retro Motorsport number 74. Kubota Racing Precision Driving Team, thank you very much. Matt McKeldin and his teammate Hugh McAllister. McKeldin, who came out of the Super Utes and also raced in the Australian V8 Ute Series years ago as well, has also driven in all forms of motorsport and does a lot of development work with the Kubota company in Australia. And look at this, the boys putting on a bit of TV time right here. McAllister creeping up on the Gold Coast-based real estate mogul. I say mogul with my tongue in cheek. Matt McKeldin, who also works hard on a radio program with former V8 supercar star Stevie Johnson. So McKeldin is a busy man, and he's busy keeping his teammate behind the number 5 Kubota Mustang. Isn't Hugh having a day out? Mind you, he's trying to avenge what has been a pretty disappointing weekend for him. McAllister, good run up the inside. Matt ran almost obligingly wide, though I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose. This is McKeldin is on board as we see McAllister slip by. So right at the moment, you would have to think McAllister looking down the barrel of this hard charger. Meanwhile, the boys haven't given up. McKeldin not going to give in easy. What a great race between these two. Oh, sideways off that final corner and down this main straightaway. go back on board. 250 kilometres an hour. Thank you very much. The series heads to Winton Motor Raceway in August. Check out TA2 Racing. Get on board. Jump on the Facebook page and also the website. This has been an amazing debut for the category at a tremendous circuit. Everybody raving about it, but a lot of the drivers just trying to remember which way the circuit runs. There's 18 corners over the 5 kilometres. Look at McAllister. He just fires it in there. Overran the corner. McKeldin took him back and said, no, that's not the way we'll be doing it. Whoa, trouble here. Oh, and it continues. So we're beaching cars. 10K. Let's have a look on board. Wow. Round he goes in the 10K haulage Mustang. Really good to see Anthony back on track after that disappointment at Morgan Park for round 2. It's the last race of the weekend. Can you tell the boys are absolutely using up their Hoosiers? Whoa! Keldon! He just backed it in, almost sprint car style. Here's your leaders though. Seton desperately trying to get by Miedecke. You can see then Herne, who led the race early, limping as they went by him. Not long to run. George Miedecke under enormous pressure. There's lap cars figuring in this one as well. The 44 car of Greg Freddie Willis just went by the window. And Seton, they're coming up on lap cars again. Can he get close enough to capitalise? They went past Bill Robinson just then in the Elite Smash Repairs entry out of the Central Coast. Seton had a big look then. Couldn't quite get it done. George using all of his experience to keep this talented second generation racer from the race lead. What a finish. Miedecke gets the win from Aaron Seton, Ashley Jarvis, Andrew Miedecke fourth. Well done, Rusty Wright, rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, look, the car had great pace all weekend. I had great pace at times, but occasionally I'd fall asleep, literally. But look, we had a massive gap behind us, and all we did was try and save tyres all weekend. And lap times wise, we weren't too far off those top 3, and a little bit of luck in the end.
It was a really good race with George and also Nathan across the weekend. It was really close between us 3, and I really enjoyed the battles, and I learned a lot from it as a driver. So I'm looking forward to the next round at Winton.
It's been a little while coming. We came in at the last round of last year and really had high hopes for ourselves. But you know what? I discovered this series has a backbone, and it's going to be tough nut to crack. So to finally get there and take the round, very, very happy with that.
Our Willwood Big Breaker Award goes to Cameron Sendall.
Yes, mate, I couldn't have done it without the support from Catherine, my wife, daughter Lauren, Rusty and Ron, and friends that come up down from Brisbane with me, helped me out. It's been a hectic weekend, 26 cars. It's been very busy, but mate, I just love getting in the car and enjoying it. It gets me away from everyone, which is good. So,
the Hypercoil Hard Charger Award to Hugh McAllister for passing 16 cars in race 3. The Serco Pads Masters Award went to Russell Wright.
Yeah, it's great to see so many cars out this weekend, 26 cars, and hopefully we'll get even more at Winton, so it's looking great.
Let's have a look at round 3's points. It sees George Miedecke, Aaron Seton, Ashley Jarvis, Nathan Herne, Andrew Miedecke, Russell Wright, Michael Cooley, Murray Kent, Cam Sendall, George Elliott rounding out the 10. Let's take a look at the series points after 3 rounds, and it sees Aaron Seton leading from George Miedecke, Ashley Jarvis, Andrew Miedecke, Nathan Herne, Russell Wright, Murray Kent, Hugh McAllister, Matt McKeldin and Mark Crutcher rounding out the 10. Round 4 of the TA2 Muscle Car Series comes up at Winton Motor Raceway on August 17 and 18. Check out the details on the TA2 website.